So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the brand new Evo that might be that you guys are replacing your strikers, left wings and right wings, and we'll talk about all the market implications that will happen as a result. But before we get underway today's video, if you guys are interested, I do offer a trading service over on Twitch/Discord. All you got to do is subscribe over on Twitch, which you can do for free with Amazon Prime. If not, it's £5, €5 or $6. In there, you receive yourself daily updated investing advice. We got a great investment yesterday, which was buying the discard Grassroots cards at 15.5k, which you can see right there. They would have been easily achievable at, and they went all the way from 15.5, and they're currently up to 24k, and actually favour to keep them rising even more. So probably about a 9-10k profit per card right there in less than 24 hours. And also on PC, they also went up like 5-6k. So if you guys are interested in PC, there are investments covered. On top of that, if you guys do want additional support, you can subscribe over on Patreon with the ability to message me consistently throughout the day. So, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the brand new Evo for strikers, but really it'll be affecting strikers, left wings and right wings. Why is that? Well, the brand new Evo fits strikers, but obviously a lot of strikers are wingers. So, for example, Leao goes and fits the new Evo. He's obviously a striker and left winger. Alawari fits the new Evo. He is a striker and right winger. Delap goes and fits the new Evo. He is a striker and right winger. And even we got players like Ferran Torres who fits the Evo, who is a striker, left winger and right winger. So this is basically going to be an Evo that affects, it can be the front three. Now we don't have too much information on it other than one of the things they're going to do is give you a power shot playstyle plus. If you've only got one playstyle plus, if you've already got two playstyle pluses, which I'm not quite sure if many players will with the rating cap being 87, then you don't go and get that. And then they are on top of that expecting a big boost. Now obviously they don't really talk about the boost, and some of the recent boosts on Evos have been quite underwhelming. For example, that centre back one that made them a CDM and the left back one that made them a left wing. So we're not guaranteed to get insane boosts, but a desirable playstyle plus and a fair bit of, I guess, breadth in terms of what players go and fit it. So let's go and talk about what players go and fit it. So basically, we are looking at strikers who are maximum 87 rated and maximum 85 shooting. The reason we say that is because none of these guys have above 85 shooting, yet a lot of the ones recommended have 85 shooting, and nothing has been recommended above an 87 rated. As you can see right there, Alawari 87 rated, not above 85 shooting. Delap not above 85 shooting, not above 87 rated, and Ferran Torres not above 85 shooting and not above an 87. So yeah, we're quite certain on those things. Now it might be that there is only a maximum 3 positions, although we can 3 alt positions. Sorry. Yeah, might be a max 2 alt positions, but I'll be honest with you, a lot of them recommended a 3. We don't really know too much on that. It's still quite vague, but the players that can go and fit it are looking quite nice. Now, there's 2 ways I always look at what I want to go and invest in, or what players will be the best for it. 1 is just looking at the most expensive players. 2 is looking at the most popular players. So some of the most expensive players that go and fit on it, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not too fond of investing in these for one of 2 reasons. 1, these investments are already inflated. 2, the upgrade is already pretty unknown. For example, if we look at Adeyemi yesterday, he was 200k. Well, we can see he's already 300k. We don't fully know if the Evo is going to be desirable. Now, of course, we do know he's going to go get playstyle plus of power shot, which is quite nice for someone like Adeyemi. But yeah, we'll go for a few of the other players. We've got Rodrigo seems to fit it. We got Chiesa seems to go and fit it. We got Informed Diaz. We got ourselves the hero Alawari that goes and fit it. If any of you guys have done some big SBCs, I say big SBCs, but we got ourselves Sterling fitting it. We've got ourselves the Flashback Keane fitting it. We've got Marmouche's Trailblazer card fitting it. We got Jamie Carragher fitting it for those that are interested. We've got Luis Hernandez fitting it in terms of icons. We've got ourselves a POT and Marmouche. We got ourselves Rafael Leao, I can imagine is going to be quite popular. We got Diaby Trackster fitting it. We got Liam Delap Winter World card. Let's have a look if there's any other cards that have kind of more recently been released. Other than that, we've got a bunch of informs. Again, we are sorting high to low, so that's why a bunch of the informs for. We got ourselves Smolek who fits it. Recently released card, we got Jans Dottier. And the nice thing about this Evo is, in theory, it will also go and have the Grassroots Greats chemistry. And because it'll have the Grassroots Great chemistry, it does mean these kind of off-league and nation players should be able to be more desirable with being able to fit into people's teams. Yeah, if we look at some of the more cheaper promo cards that go and fit it, which have been released recently, nothing too insane. Most expensive gold cards fit in it. We got Osherman, we got base Rodrigo. What else do we have? We've got a lot of fodder fitting it right here. We've got Marcus Rashford. That could be quite interesting. and then Cuckoo, and yeah, apart from that, we're getting down to low-rated fodder. So on top of that being the most expensive players, some of those popular players, which again is another way how I see who would be good for this. We got ourselves base Chiesa fitting it. Of course, we got his promo cards fitting it. Base Rashford, base Rodrigo. This is an interesting one. Bellingham's objective card fitting it. That's pretty interesting. We got ourselves the, well, I guess that's not upgraded, so it won't be too interesting. We got Rodman, and I think they'll wrap it up, because otherwise we're going to go and overlap a bunch of players. But you can see that there is a lot of depth, and a lot of those players being left wing, right wing, you know, Chiesa, Adeyemi. So I'd be very careful with maybe strikers, left wings, and right wings under 300k. Now, I think because we don't know how good the upgrade is, we don't know how expensive the upgrade is, I wouldn't panic sell your strikers, left wings, right wings until maybe we have more information, or just wait till it comes out and then react when it comes out, because it might be super overpriced. It might have an underwhelming stats upgrade, but if it comes out and it is well demanded, but then you can look at trying to ship off your players sooner rather than later, as if it's desirable we can expect to go and see them crashing. So that is to go and talk a little bit about the Evo that is to go and come out. We also covered them on the Discord. We did have some very early Evo investments. We had Rafael Leao as an early Evo investment, and the Lap as a early, and then I think Alawara as well as an early Evo investment. So again, more investments working nicely there. Talking a little bit about the content we're expecting to go and get this Friday. It is Elite to be Foot Fancy. We knew it was going to be Foot Fancy for about 3 weeks now, because if you look at the weekly objective, the first 2 weeks of the weekly objective were Future Style. The third one was Grassroots Great. I think the next 2 weeks are Foot Fancy. We know that Foot Fancy, therefore, is going to be the promo for the next 2 weeks. Not many players leaked so far, but we got ourselves an Eden Hazard, who has been leaked. Now, this promo has been a thing for I think about 2-3 years in a row now. As you can see, here's it from a few years ago. Here's it from 2 years ago, and here's it from last year. I couldn't actually find the EA official site. So what is this promo? Basically, people have base cards, and they can receive themselves, well, up to 4 upgrades, and then the heroes can receive up to 2 upgrades. So you're going to get yourself, I don't think we've got any of the base cards there, but you're going to get yourself like a base Dembele, who I think started off at about 90 rated, and he'll go and get himself the first upgrade if the player gets 1 goal or assist in the next 4 games. And if they're a defender or goalkeeper, if they get 1 clean sheet in the next 4 games. The second upgrade can come if the player's club wins 2 of the next 4 games, therefore favouring the top clubs over the obviously minor ones. The next upgrade comes if the player gets 3 appearances in the next 4 games. So the thing about this is obviously some of these players get injured, but luckily 2 out of the 4 upgrades can be on club based, and 2 of the 4 is player based. And the final upgrade comes from the player's club scoring 11 goals. So it doesn't have to be Dembele scoring 11 goals, it has to be PSG playing against whatever made-up teams are in the bottom of the league and scoring 11 goals, which I feel like might have been the only one that he did, because I feel like he might have been injured. And then we also do get heroes in this promo, and they can only get 2 upgrade. Now obviously heroes not actively playing, so they can't go and get those actively playing ones, but 1 upgrade if the club wins 2 out of the next 4, and the other upgrade is 11 goals out of the next 4. So again, the 2 non-performance based upgrades, but normally they do go and start higher rated. So for example, Schneider, I believe, would have started out as a 92. Bon Pastor probably would have started as a 91. Lazaro would have started out as a 92, whereas some of these cards would have started out a little bit lower. If we go through some of the, and if we go through the content that we got loads and loads of SBCs. We got ourselves Werner right there. We got ourselves exchanges. We got ourselves 10 times 83s. We got ourselves hero players like Scott. We got a crafting upgrade during it. If we keep going through it here, we get Gilly. We then went and got ourselves hero player picks. I haven't seen an icon player pick, interesting enough. Got another player SBC right there. What is that? Then we got ourselves a campaign pick. We then went and got ourselves another player SBC. We then went and got ourselves some POTMs, because of course we are going, well, we're going to be going into March, I guess. We then went and got ourselves a generic Ginola. We got a Roffalo, which is one of the most legendary SBCs we did go and get last year. We got a Ricardo Carvalho, a Smolarek, a Andre Herrera, and then again just a few more upgrade SCs. So loads of player SBCs, but yeah, most noticeably Rolfo being the most desirable card we got that promo. If we look at the teams as well, we got some decent players. Interesting trend, you had someone like Dembele who just didn't perform, and therefore he went from like 6 million to 3 million in no time. I think it might have been an injury, because again we did see the card only got a +1 upgrade. Whereas some of the low rated cards did really well because of them becoming really good value for money for fodder, and even just, you know, well demanded cards. So we got Marmoush, who was actually a buy after 2 days, and he rebounded, well, he went from 16 to 32 in a matter of 10 days. So really big rises, and it's not just Marmouche. We see Lamousse right here went from 15k to 28k in less than a week, and even some more meta cards like Poro, who went from 21 to 43. So we can see there being a lot of demand for these cards. Normally it's kind of because they're SBC fodder, although Poro would have been a little bit demanded as well. Now talk about the content we've had in the last 24 hours. The first one we got was a Evo, which wouldn't fit some of the low rated grassroots greats. It gave it Tiki Taka, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, when it gave it Tiki Taka, and then just a stat upgrade across the board, with Mazapan getting shooting, passing, and defending, and other players, I think it was always, yeah, depending obviously what your stats were. So Di Lorenzo also got a bit of dribbling. It didn't really do anything to the market that these grassroots cards were doing anyway. So for example, yes, he went from 19k to 24k, but every single grassroots card is 24k no matter what. So a few okay upgrades, but again, nothing higher. There's no high desire for them other than really the Evo. Or not Evo, sorry, the SBC. The SBC we're talking about, of course, is the 88 Plus. Now, we didn't expect to get this because last week it was added way in advance, and last week was a 2-week promo, meaning there would have been significant supply of the future star cards before requiring them for SBCs. Whereas this year they added the SBC late. This week they added the SBC. I think it was literally 6 hours before it's come out, and they've done it on a 1-week promo. So kind of from now onwards, we'll always anticipate them probably needing the promo cards for the SBCs because, you know, very unfavourable circumstances would have been that they would release a grassroots greats, and then they did. Again, it's no surprise they doubled in price, but again, it was just unfavourable to come out because of multiple variables not fitting kind of the norm. And yeah, as you can see, they got leaked right here where they went from 14 up there to 19, but actually even with the pre-investment they still managed to rise up to 24k because again these cards are barely being supplied because they've only been out for 1 week. Now if we actually go and look at last week's future star cards, we can see they did very well on the Tuesday, but these cards actually peaked on the Wednesday about, I'll be honest with you, you basically want to go and sell them about 6:15 on Wednesday. That's because these cards drop quite nicely with Div Rivals. They go from 32 down there to 24k, and then they rebounded nicely 24k to 29k. This means that there will be an investing opportunity on these discard grassroots great cards. Probably be, I think it's about 15 to 20 minutes after Div Rivals, and then going and selling them Friday. I would sell before Friday before 6 PM, before they're not needed. You might even want to go and sell Friday 3-4 PM, just so you don't have to worry about the panic selling, because of course they do go and crash back down to discard when they aren't needed on the Friday. I mean, you can see right there, 28 down to 18k in about 3 hours. There is a nice way of doing this though. So obviously I showed you Cresswell last week, and Cresswell wasn't really a desirable future star. We can see it was 11k, went up there to 30, back down there to 11. But there is actually ways of lowering the risk of this. This is, for example, Di Lorenzo, right? So if we go and look at any old grassroots great card, probably not the best using an 88 as an example, we use Ethan Pinnock. So Ethan Pinnock, we can see, went down here to 14k, but now is up to 24k. But if we look at Di Lorenzo, he was 18k up to 24k. Why does this mean we like Di Lorenzo more as an investment than Pinnock? This is because we know that his floor is higher than Pinnock, meaning, yes, if he does get a panic sell, or let's say the investment flops, he's way less likely to go down to 13, 14k, and he's more likely to go down to 18, 19k. And as these cards are basically the exact same price, it just basically gives more safety for not paying that much more of a premium on the card. So that's just a thing to look out when we are looking to invest in these on Div Rivals, is look for the cards that didn't drop down to discard but have risen with the rest of the cards. The other upgrades we got late yesterday was the 14 times 83 plus. We did recommend 2 weeks earlier in the week at 15.5, and they're up to 17,250. If we look 2 weeks ago when they were needed on the weekend and then needed midweek, they did go and peak on the Wednesday. I don't think we can quite get times, but yeah, we'll be looking at selling Wednesday, just tracking today, just when after 6 PM whenever they stop rising. Finally, to end this off, we did go and get ourselves a player SBC, which was Athena. But yeah, nothing crazy. Doesn't go and fit any Evos. Yeah, I don't believe the card is really too on par. Really, it's okay, but it's nothing too crazy. She does have shooting playstyles. She does have passing playstyles. She does have dribbling playstyles. And she isn't overly expensive, but yeah, I don't think it's too crazy. It would have been nice if she got 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot in homage of her future star Evo card she got last year. And yeah, other than that, we got ourselves the Team of the Week leaked. Some pretty decent players, and I'll tell you what's quite interesting about the Team of the Week. is if we go and look at the current team of the week, there aren't that many high-rated players. In fact, we've got 1, 2, 3 88 rated players. Whereas if we go and look at next week, we've got ourselves 1, 2, 2 88s, we've got ourselves 189, we've got ourselves another 90 rated player. So EA's coming in with a lot more high rated players in the next week, and especially as I think Diani, Edison, maybe Tar and James can all be SBC fodder. It's interesting that yeah, say the team of the weeks are getting high rated, and obviously that can favour more for the Icon SBCs, making it a little bit easier. But on top of that, we got ourselves Casino, Minamino, and Sturrock, and yeah, interesting and nothing too crazy on those cards. But they're the team of the week. Now, again, if you guys do have any questions, do go and drop them down below in the comments section. We do answer them at the end of the video, but because we didn't have a video from yesterday, we won't go and have any questions. But yeah, in tomorrow's episode, we'll go and answer any questions, so do drop them down below. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.